What's up, y'all? Welcome to the channel where we don't always do it. But when I do, but when you do, but when we do it big with good intention, trying our best to be the best version of ourselves every day, even with our flaws. But ultimately, doing it in a way that is peaceful, graceful, and with good intention. The day I'm filming this video, it is the last day of October. And when you probably see this, will probably be sometime in November. And it's just crazy to, one, see how fast time actually really goes. And two, to reflect on the trials and tribulations, the goals, the things that you've accomplished, things that you technically haven't accomplished just yet, and to prepare. It's just crazy to be here and to still be here. But as I'm sitting here, I'm just thinking about a lot. And I figure, it's on my mind, so why not film about the 10 things that I could say that might have changed my life this year. But I'll say it subtly that I've just learned this year. Let's tap in. I got the notes on my watch again. The first thing on my list, train your mind to just do it. And I believe that's one of the hardest things that us as people could do, because our minds are in so many different places at the same time. I could be thinking about the gym, but I want to record music, I want to film, I could want to spend time with my family. You got to just make decisions on how you want to navigate through all of that. And there's no wrong way of doing it, but there's a right way of doing it for you. That what's a priority to you, and you know what's less of a priority. You have to be able to distinguish what's important enough to get done and what's not important enough to, put on the back burner. Don't let the pain or the discomfort stop you from at least trying. I've done a lot of, I don't want to do it in my head, but I'm also in my head telling myself, why not? Like, this is good enough to not still see what's on the other side. This is good enough to not even try. This is good enough to stop what you was doing. This is good enough to not even engage after you said you would. I have this dialogue with myself, and I have to know and understand myself, and to understand how people see me. People will teach you about yourself, your limits, your tolerance, your everything. They will teach you about yourself. You just got to see it as a lesson more than an insult. I'm going to push through the pain. I'm going to push through the discomfort. I'm going to do what I set out to do. Is something beautiful in that when you actually really need it, because it's going to be second nature. My second one is be realistic. There's a lot of times where you could see people's lives. You see them buying new things. You see them working hard. You see them looking good. You see them, it could be anything. And sometimes unconsciously we kind of navigate ourselves to do the things that we see. That's not our reality, right? We have to be where we are. And I think there's beauty in that. There's beauty in understanding where you're at, being where you are, because you know what life means to you where you're at right now. It may not be the healthiest. It may not be the unhealthiest. It may not be the prettiest. It may not be spectacular, but that's just where you're at. You understand that. Not everybody may get that. As long as I have to be here, I will. But I will allow myself to be here. And when the change comes, I will allow myself to also change. You just accept certain things and you start to grow in a way where you didn't know you could grow, because you just were where you were. And I believe that's the first step to get into where you're going, is being where you are. Number 3, stay out the way. We live in a crazy world, man. I was having a conversation the other day. I was just reminded, listen, start with love, spread love. But remember, like, nobody's going to save you. Not because they don't love you, but because this is your life. And you have to be okay mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. Like, you have to be okay. Being around the right people staying out of certain areas, staying out of certain places, staying out of certain environments. And I say that humbly because some people don't have the space to do that. I'm praying that not only that you create the space, but you know that there's a way that works out where you're able to just have a healthy environment that you could be in. But I just think, you know, we live in a crazy world. There's a lot of things going on. Different, unheard of, not pleasant things happening in the world right now. Sometimes just that is enough to say no. We all should have a balance of enjoying ourselves, but also protecting ourselves and our families and our young ones and our little ones. And you are important to people. So saying no sometimes, you might save a life. You might save your life. You might save someone else's life, because we just never know. It's all about safety and positivity at the end of the day. And just being in the world, we don't get that all the time. So sometimes we have to create that. This might be my favorite thing on the list. Focus requires intention. There have been a lot of times where I think I was focused because I was able to do it, but there wasn't no intention behind it. So it's like reading a book and just reading it. You know what I'm saying? There are people who could read it and obtain it and can explain it to you. Whereas for me, I love reading, I love dissecting, I love writing. Like, I love doing that. That's the type of reader I am. Focus requires a certain amount of intention to actually want to do it, want to get started, want to be in it, want to enjoy it, want to have the goals, want to obtain, want to have this focus. This thing just requires me right now. And if I'm going to do this thing, let me do my part to give it what I can. And that could mean anything. It could mean your job. It could mean your kids. It could mean your husband. It could mean your wife. It could mean your car. It could mean anything. Like the passion behind the focus, the passion behind what you're doing. I truly believe effort, it doesn't go unnoticed. I mean, there's still a lot of us that don't reach certain things, and that's fine. You just go at a pace when you have the intention. You don't feel like you need to rush. You don't feel like you need to slow down, but you're just going at a pace, and it feels right. Set goals, but have your whys for why you want them to be your goals. And I think that could be your drive to reaching it. But I could be wrong. Let's move along. I don't usually cuss on the channel, but in this case I will. And this is just straight to the point. Work your ass off. Let me say that one more time. Work your ass off. One more time for the people in the back. Work your ass off. And I say that because it's really levels to working hard. Some people's working hard may look different for others. Some people may have a 4-hour period where they just work. Some people may work all day. Some people work 12 hours, 6 times. Work, it's your life. Be realistic with yourselves. Have the intention that you need. And work train. All these things go together. Like, train your mind to just do it. Be realistic with yourself. Have all these things and work your ass off, because the work doesn't go unnoticed. The work requires you. You require the work. Y'all work together. And anything worth having is gonna need effort. Have that conversation with yourself, man. Yo, if I want this, I gotta do a ton. I'm gonna have to do a ton, and I will do a ton. So on them tired nights, when your mind is going and your mind is racing, your body is aching, and you tell yourself, I just got a little bit more left in me. I do. I got a little bit more left in me, and I'm gonna make sure that 1, I give the effort. 2, I recover properly, because that's all a part of the work. You know what I'm saying? We just don't shed light on the recovery. We don't shed light on the rest. We don't shed light on that. But that's all part of it. And I'm not just speaking on go to work and keep working. Nah, I'm talking about all of it. Like, I'm talking about recover, spend time with your family, spend time with your, that's all a part of it. It keeps that drive in you to want to keep working. It gives you more of a reason to want to keep working. It gets you away from the work to want to come back to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it all works together. But at the end of the day, work your ass off. And I promise you, it's going to happen for you. Working hard is not one way. Working hard is, you put whatever number you want on it. But working hard is just working hard. So however that looks for you, however that looks for me, however that looks for the next person, it's however that looks. Okay, I said the other one was my favorite, but this might be my favorite one. And I will never forget this ever in life. Never miss twice. I want to say I've read it in Atomic Habits. In a specific chapter, off the top of my head, he was explaining how, yeah, you may go off your routine, but just don't do it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't do it more than once. And that could look different, because something is better than nothing, right? That's when you have to have those conversations with yourself. Okay, today I'm going out. I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to have dessert. I'm going to eat whatever I want, right? The version of me that I want to be, I will be back on track for it. It could be anything. It could be a disagreement and you reacted a certain way. You apologize and you tell them, listen, my goal is not to do it again. And my hope is that, you could forgive me. And you have to have that internal conversation with yourself. Like, that shouldn't have happened like that. But because of how I felt, I let my feelings and I let my emotions get the best of me. But my goal is to never miss twice and not let it happen again. And be able to, grow and take a different approach to something. Because not only does it benefit you, me, but it benefits us. And I love Never Miss Twice because it challenges you to work on yourself, look at yourself, tell yourself, listen, you did it once. Don't do it again. And when you do it again, keep telling yourself, I told myself I wouldn't miss again. And I did. Because that's what we have to do as people. We want to not only be the best version of ourselves, but we want to continue to grow, because growth doesn't stop. The world continuously changes. We're continuously changing. Our environments are continuously changing. So things are going to consistently change. So that never miss twice statement will always be the same, but that may look different. I said this before and I will keep saying it. Prepare for the opportunity. A lot of us have goals, and they may be far, they may be close, they may happen, they may never happen. But I believe that is not good enough to not prepare. It's almost like saving money in a way. Sometimes you just saving money just because you want to say you save money. But you don't know what's going to happen and why you're even saving it. You're just preparing for something that you don't even know. And I'm going to be honest, it doesn't even have to be bad. It could be good, it could be bad, it could be whatever. You're just preparing for the unknown. And I think that's a healthy trait to have, because you don't know. I heard CJ McCollum say the other day, and if you don't know him, he's a basketball player in the NBA. He said, when there is no balance, there's chaos. Like, don't be too in the unknown because you don't know. But also don't be too caught up in the flashiness of life as well, because you don't know. And just have that healthy balance of, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna prepare. I may not prepare a bunch, but I'm gonna keep preparing. The preparation doesn't stop. And I think that's a habit I've built over time, and I want to continue to build, because as you create families, as you create opportunities, as you create, things for yourself, you don't know. And sometimes you can live too much on this side or too much on this side, and you just need to almost be in both, but in a way where it's healthy. So continue to prepare, man. You just don't know sometimes what you're preparing for, but you gotta let God do his work for you, and you just keep putting in your work, because all that is just building trust within yourself, building trust within your environments, building trust within your circle, and ultimately building trust within God. So keep preparing, man. Keep preparing. This one is more of a financial point, and is live under or in your means. I could tell you right now, I'm looking at a Benz right now, and I'm looking at it like, I could use a Benz. But is that smart? Is that something that I need? Is that something that makes sense? Is that something for me? Is that something that I have to do right now? And if I'm being completely honest, no, it's not. It's not where I'm at. That's not who I am. That's not what I'm doing. Now, will I always be saying that to myself? Knowing me, probably. But there also could be a point where maybe I'm not saying that. Maybe I'm like, you know what? Maybe it is the time for this. Maybe I can be in this space to where I could do something like that. In order to have these things, it also starts with being and having financial literacy. Knowing when to make purchases, knowing how to make purchases, knowing when to do with money, knowing how to move money, and also having this relationship with money that's like, you work with me, I work with you, but you don't have control over me, right? That may not look like the most money in the world. That may look like whatever that number looks like for me and for you. We have to be smart with money. That's it. Little last bit. Everybody got money problems. The richest people have money problems. It may not be our money problems, but they got them, right? Our money problems just a little different. Ours is just a little bit different. But that's where we gotta, the mind gotta be stronger than the desire for something. The being realistic has to be stronger than what we want. The need has to be stronger than the want. And I'll end here because I feel like I'm talking too much. And this will probably be one of the last videos of the year, because I got so much planned and I want to finally start bringing it to light. But it's going to take so much time. But that's another conversation for another day. The last one is leave yesterday in the past, because today's just a new day. Yesterday might have been hard for you. Yesterday might have been hard for me. And I think sometimes we carry that pain, we carry that discomfort, that uncomfortable feeling, and it kind of makes us move a certain way to where we can't be who we need to be today. And I'm saying it for some exciting moments. Like if you did something great, sometimes you tell yourself, like, do it again, right? Today is about doing it all over again, being the kindest person you could be, being the most genuine person, being kind to yourself, being kind to others, spreading love. You might make mistakes today that you pondering on. You might make mistakes yesterday that you're pondering on. But like as soon as it hit 12 o'clock, it is a new day. As soon as you go to sleep and you wake up the next, it is a new day. And you got to pray about it. You know what I'm saying? You got to talk to people, talk to God, have the conversation with yourself, and kind of let things just go. And I'll say this. I got into a little accident yesterday, and I had guys with me, and I was frustrated with myself because I would say I'm pretty good on the road for the most part. But it just frustrated me, and I had other things to do, and as I was still driving, I'm like, I'm not gonna do nothing for the rest of it. As soon as I get where I need to go, I'm done. And then I had to, as I'm still driving, yo, come on. You told yourself before anything happened that you were gonna get stuff done today. And if things were a little bit more critical, I would understand. But everybody's okay. You're okay. Y'all safe. Everything is fine. You had the conversations you needed to have. You talked to the people that you needed to talk to. So you have more of a reason to continue doing the day that you prepared for than not. So who are you going to be in this moment? If you want to be the person that want to be mad for the rest of the day and be down on himself, and go for it. That's fine if that's what you choose today. But if you want to be the person that's able to still navigate through the storm, then you have to decide to still navigate through the storm. And I chose to navigate, because if you choose to navigate today, you'll choose to navigate tomorrow. And if you choose to navigate tomorrow, it becomes a chain reaction. The better version of you will show up in times of discomfort, in times of pain, in times of trouble. And that's the person I need to be there. Because if I choose peace, then maybe peace will choose me, right? I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I felt like I talked a lot today, but for you guys, I think we relate. We love each other. I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all the utmost. And I'll do anything for y'all, man. So I hope I'll see y'all still sometime this year. If not, I'm going to see the new version of you, and I can't wait to see what that person looks like. So, with that being said, stay prayed up, stay safe, love yourself, be kind to yourself, and remember, we don't always do this, but when I do, but when you do, but when we do, we do it big. I love y'all, man. Peace.